and the annals of history, beneath the storied chapters of revolution and rebirth, lies a narrative often overshadowed, yet immeasurably profound. The indelible influence of Native Americans on the founding of America. As the dawn of a new nation broke, it was not only the visions of freedom and liberty that shaped its contours, but also the wisdom, governance, and culture of the continent's first inhabitants. This is the untold saga of how Native Americans' ideals and ingenuity wove themselves into the very fabric of the United States, guiding the Founding Fathers in their quest for an unprecedented democratic experiment. Chapter 1: George Washington. The formative years of George Washington's life were marked by significant interactions with Native American tribes, experiences that would profoundly shape his perspectives and strategies throughout the Revolutionary War. Washington's early encounters with Native Americans were more than mere exchanges. They were pivotal moments that influenced his approach to leadership, warfare, and diplomacy. This chapter delves into Washington's initial interactions with Native American tribes and explores how these experiences contributed to his understanding of military tactics, diplomacy, and the complexities of frontier life. Washington's early surveying years. In the early 1750s, George Washington embarked on a career as a land surveyor. This role took him into the Virginia wilderness, an area heavily populated by Native American tribes. Washington's surveying expeditions provided him with a unique vantage point from which he observed the intricate relationships between the Native American tribes and the land they inhabited. His interactions with the Shawnee, the Seneca, and other tribes offered him first-hand insights into their ways of life, territorial claims, and resource management. During these expeditions, Washington became acutely aware of the strategic importance of the land and the sophisticated methods Native Americans employed to navigate and utilize it. This early exposure to Native American knowledge of the land would later influence Washington's approach to military strategy and territorial negotiations. The French and Indian War. Washington's military career began in earnest during the French and Indian War between 1754 and 1763, a conflict that saw him directly engaging with both Native American allies and enemies. As a young officer in the Virginia militia, Washington's early encounters with Native American forces were marked by both cooperation and conflict. One of the most notable encounters was the Battle of Fort Necessity in 1754. Washington, commanding a small force of colonial troops, faced a coalition of French and Native American warriors. This battle, though a defeat for Washington, was a significant learning experience. He observed the effectiveness of Native American guerrilla tactics, including their use of cover and ambushes, which contrasted sharply with the traditional European military formations at the time. Washington's interactions with Native American allies during the war also provided valuable lessons in diplomacy and strategy. The Iroquois Confederacy in particular played a crucial role in the conflict and Washington's respect for their political structure and military prowess. He learned to appreciate the Iroquois' emphasis on unity and consensus values that would later influence his views on creating a unified American nation. The Iroquois Confederacy would also later influence another founding father in the name of Benjamin Franklin, which we will, of course, talk about in another video. Influence on Washington's military tactics in the Revolutionary War. The military lessons Washington learned from Native American tactics were absolutely significant and crucial to the founding of America. Native American warfare strategies, including the use of guerrilla tactics and the strategic advantages of terrain, were incorporated into Washington's approach during the American Revolutionary War. His use of these tactics was evident in battles such as the Siege of Boston and the winter encampment at Valley Forge. Washington's adaptation of Native American tactics reflected his respect for their effectiveness and his ability to integrate diverse approaches into his own military strategies. This fusion of Native American and European tactics proved crucial in the eventual success of the American Revolution. The saga of Washington's formative years is not merely a chronicle of historical events, but a testament to the enduring impact of cultural convergence. It is within these interactions that we glimpse the genesis of Washington's vision for a unified republic, one that draws strength from the rich mosaic of its diverse heritage. His legacy, enshrined in the annals of history, stands as a monumental tribute to the indomitable spirit of resilience, adaptability, and enlightenment. Welcome to our exploration of the fur trade and the indispensable role of Native Americans in this pivotal chapter of North American history. Today, we'll journey back in time to uncover how Native American tribes were central to the success of the fur trade, acting as skilled trappers, traders, and negotiators. Join us as we delve into the cultural exchanges, economic impacts, and the profound ways the fur trade shaped relationships between Native American tribes and European settlers. The fur trade began in the early 16th century and quickly became a cornerstone of the North American economy. European settlers, driven by the high demand for fur in Europe, particularly beaver pelts for fashionable hats, sought out the expertise of Native American tribes who had been trapping and trading furs for centuries. Native Americans possessed an unparalleled knowledge of the land and its wildlife, which made them invaluable partners in the fur trade. Their skills in trapping, hunting, and preparing pelts were crucial to the success of this enterprise. For many tribes, the fur trade became a significant economic activity, bringing new opportunities and challenges. Cultural exchanges between Native Americans and Europeans were a prominent feature of the fur trade. These interactions were not merely economic, but also social and cultural. Native Americans traded furs for European goods such as metal tools, firearms, blankets, and beads. These items were not only practical, but also became integrated into Native American cultures in various ways. One notable example of this exchange is the adoption of European firearms. Native American hunters found that guns could be more efficient than traditional bows and arrows, leading to changes in hunting practices and even social structures within the tribes. However, this also meant that tribes who had better access to European goods often had an advantage over those who didn't, sometimes leading to increased competition and conflict. Economically, the fur trade had a profound impact on Native American communities. While it provided new sources of wealth and goods, it also made many tribes dependent on European trade. This dependency sometimes led to an overhunting and depletion of local wildlife populations, which could have long-term consequences for both the environment and the tribes themselves. Several tribes were particularly prominent in the fur trade. The Ojibwe, the Cree, the Huron, and the Iroquois Confederacy, among others, played key roles in different regions of North America. These tribes established extensive trade networks and often acted as intermediaries between European traders and other Native American groups. The fur trade was not without its challenges, however, and competition for control of the fur trade led to territorial disputes and sometimes violent confrontation between tribes. Additionally, the arrival of Europeans brought on new diseases that devastated many Native American populations, further complicating their ability to participate and benefit from the fur trade at its time. Despite these challenges, the legacy of the fur trade is still evident today. It shaped the economic and cultural landscapes of North America and left a lasting impact on Native American communities. The skills and knowledge of Native American trappers and traders were crucial to the development of the fur trade and ultimately the development of the United States economy in its earliest years. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of the fur trade, and we've hoped you've gained a little bit of a deeper appreciation for the vital role of Native Americans during this fascinating period in history. Until next time, take care and make sure to subscribe, like, and all that cool YouTube stuff if